Good afternoon. Thank you everyone for joining today. We're gonna have a presentation on natural disaster. We're gonna give a couple of minutes for more people to join on our live. And I'm gonna get the chat ready as well. Welcome everyone. Okay, we're gonna give a little bit of more minutes. Hi Lulu. Thank you everyone for joining tonight or this afternoon. Okay. Thank you, Lulu, Cristina, Norma, and Alicia for joining us today. We're going to give a couple of minutes for everyone to join, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with our presentation about emergency preparedness tonight. The presentation will be in English. We did have a Spanish presentation yesterday, and we're going to have another one tomorrow at 6 p.m. as well. So make sure to tune in. Everyone who's joining right now, we would like to ask if you can please share the post on your Facebook. We want to prepare as much community as we can. If you can please share your the post that we have, and that way more community members can also see this important training. So we're going to give like 2 more minutes, and we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you, Abby, for joining and for sharing our post. Thank you, Luis, for joining. Okay, so I'll be looking down just because I have the my phone to read the comments for any questions, so any comments everyone has. And I want to remind everyone as well, don't leave early the presentation. We have some incentives that we are going to be giving now. We're also going to have a Survey Monkey, which is really important. I will explain a little bit more about the campaign that we're working on, but we'll be having a Survey Monkey link. Please make sure to share and to also complete the survey before you leave. Hi, Letty. Hi, Raquel. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you, everyone who joined on time today. We're going to go ahead and get started today. My name is Alexa, and we are working with Listos California, which is emergency preparedness campaign. We're going to be talking about general points. I think some of you have joined in a couple back in the weeks about specific topics, fire, alerts, everything. Today, the presentation will be a general presentation of a little bit of everything. If you think that there's something specific that you would like more information, you're more than welcome to contact us on Messenger, direct message. I'll give more information before I finish the PowerPoint as well, if you want specific or more information about a specific topic. And as you know, El Sol Neighborhood Educational Center is a nonprofit, and we work giving a lot of educational presentations to the community. And this specific campaign, Listos California Emergency Preparedness, was thank you to the governor of California and the state lawmakers to share this knowledge and tools directly to prepare with you. This campaign was made specifically to have everyone in California ready for a disaster. Okay, let me go to the next slide. So as I was sharing, Governor Gavin Newsom was the one who made this possible with the state lawmakers to be able to share this information that we're going to be sharing tonight. And so everyone in California can be ready. Something that we've learned with COVID-19 is that a lot of us were not ready. We're not ready for a natural disaster, for a pandemic that was happening. And the goals for tonight is to give you tools. We cannot give you all the solutions. We cannot say if a natural disaster happens, you're going to be ready to go and you're good. But no, we're giving you tools that way you can be more prepared if a disaster occurs. This is a little bit of the campaign for information. I know it's general information, but there was a lot of money the governor and the state lawmakers have invested into this campaign that was established. And we want to prepare as much Californians to be ready. And we want to do it in a cultural and a linguistic competent way to all the community members. These are some of our goals for the presentation. Today, we want to make sure that it's cultural and linguistic, but it is also easy. We don't want to give tools and it's so hard to make it that we are not going to be ready. We want to make sure that everyone in the family is involved, and we're going to give you some tools on how to do that. Thank you, Brenda, Naili, Alice, for joining us today. And we're going to continue. So these are some of our ready emergency preparedness guides, which I'll be going through them, but I also want to share, stay tuned and stay connected, because we'll be giving you information on how to obtain them. They are in different languages. So if you would like an emergency guide, please stay tuned, because we'll be giving you more information on how to obtain that. Like I said, today's objectives is to go over the 5 safety steps for any disaster. This will help you, will help your family, it will help your neighbors. These 5 steps will help you how to be prepared and how to be ready. The 5 steps, we're gonna name them quickly, and I'm gonna go one by one and giving more specifics about that as well. Number 1 is get alerts to know what to do. Number 2, make a plan to protect your people. Number 3, get to safety with things you need. Number 4, stay safe at home when you can't leave the home. And number 5 is help your neighbors and the rest of the community. So we're gonna move forward to the next slide. Let me see, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so some of you might be thinking, well, how are these steps gonna help us? Well, it could help you avoid unnecessary fear and stress. Something we've learned with COVID-19 is that it happened a little bit quickly, and it increased our stress levels, our fear, it increased anxiety. And when we are prepared ahead of time, we can avoid unnecessary fear and stress, because we can be more ready. It would not erase the completely. It would not, we're not saying you're not going to be stressed at all, but it would avoid unnecessary or lessen your stress. Will also help your family know what to do and who to call. Many of times we just don't know what to do. We don't know how to do it, and we get anxious and we do whatever we think it's better at the moment. But if we are prepared, it will help us know exactly what to do and who to call. If you have all the things that you will need to be comfortable, you, your family, your kids will be much better, and you will be able to help others as well. That's why everyone who's joining, thank you for joining once again. Stay tuned for some incentives, some participation that we have, but also please share this post. That way more people can be in. Can you hear me now? Can everybody hear me? I think, okay. I think my sound was going, but it's good. Okay. So how can we stay informed? It is really important that we follow official and accurate alerts. Many times we hear a lot of different things like, many times we hear like, don't follow Wikipedia, go to a official source. This is the same thing that can happen with emergency alerts. Get alerts from an official and accurate alert. Which ones are they? We have 211, we have different social media alerts that we can put with instructions and that we can get to our phones, to our emails, to our radios, and those will be reliable resources. Now we're asking, you might be asking yourself, well, but I don't know which websites are official, which ones are accurate. We're sharing here on our screen. If you would like to screenshot it, take a picture, please take advantage of these important trainings. And I would also like to ask everyone, not sometimes we have a lot of tools, but we don't take the time to do it. I want to invite everyone from the community, please take a picture of these alerts. You want to know what to do. You want to get alerts, but we have to take the time to maybe go to the website, download the app, set it up. But it's so important to receive official and accurate information. We have 211, we have callalerts.org, we have calloyes.gov, we have ready.gov that has a lot of resources to prepare for any disaster. We have Listos California also has a page with a lot of information. I know CDC is also an official and accurate. Ready.gov, Listos, and El Sol is always sharing accurate and official information. Number two on the steps that we were talking about was make a plan to protect your people. Many times we think, but why is this important? Why is it important to make a plan if maybe nothing's going to happen? It is important because when you are stressed, when all this is going on, you might not have enough time to know what to do. And this is why it's important to have a plan. Now that you have all this information, then you're going to know how to use it. You will plan covering all possibilities, all the people that are important in your home, and that you know they need to be involved in this plan. We are going to think, okay, does everyone have a phone? Does everyone have the information they need? What happens if I'm not at home? Because many times we think, oh, if I'm home, this is what I'm going to do. But many times we will not be at home. We will be at work, maybe outside in the street. The kids will be at school, will be out of town, at church, at a vacation. So make sure that when you make a plan, you involve everyone, but you also have different scenarios of if you are a different place. And it's also really important that you make a plan and you involve everyone in the family and you share that plan with everyone in the family. Many times we forget about the kids. We say they're too little, but it's so important to make sure that you involve the children. You need to know and teach them, how are you going to react to an emergency? What happened if you're in school? What happened if you're not with me? Where are we going to meet? Who are you going to call? Do the kids know the phone numbers where they should call? Do they have a number written down anywhere where they can call. It's really important to share the plan with your kids as well. And if they're too little, teach them really basic. You can make a little card and have it in their backpack, hang somewhere. And a really cool idea that I saw from somebody is that they will always write an emergency phone number in the bottom of the shoe of the kid. That way it wouldn't get lost. That's a great idea too. It's always important for them to have a phone number where to call, an address where maybe you will meet, that they know how to call 911, that they know if you're going to meet somewhere, where are you going to meet? Are you going to meet at church? Are you going to meet at a park? Where's the location that you're going to meet? Do they have a contact outside of town? It's so important when you make a plan that you have a phone number of where to call, where everyone can call to stay informed. An outside, out of town contact that they can also contact. Many times, all the phone lines will be down, but you can maybe get a hold of a phone later and call somebody outside of the state where everyone will inform them where everyone is. It's really important that any phone number and contact that you include, that you also let that person know, hey, I'm going to include you in my contact. I'm going to put you down if any emergency happens, because if they get a call, they're not going to be ready and they're not going to know why they're getting these calls. It's also really important, the family location. Choose two locations, one close to your home and one outside of the area in case there is any destruction that they might not be able to find the place. Have two places where everyone could meet. Why is this important? We rely a lot in internet and phones, but when any disaster happens, we have a power outage, we our cell phones are down, a lot of times call would not go through, only messages, maybe they won't. It's really important that everyone knows where they would be or where to call. Other things that I want to mention to have in mind, I know you see just a little bit, a lot of pictures actually there, but I want to share other things to keep in mind when you're making a plan. We have to keep in mind pregnant women. We have to keep in mind parents of infants. The formula, do they have enough clean water? Caregivers. Also, do you have any kids or anybody in the house with any disabilities? It's also important to keep them in mind. Do you have any pets in your house? Uh, our pets are really important, so we have to keep them in our plans where we're making a plan as well. People with any communication disabilities. Do we have anybody in our house that has physical disabilities? Do we have anyone that doesn't have transportation? Do we have older adults? Do we have people that have limited English? Maybe some people that are new to the state and they don't know how to get to a place. All of this is really important when you're making a plan. I know this is basic information, but like I mentioned, we have some forms that you can use to write the actual plan, the actual contact. We can share that with you. I have a big thing I'm trying to unfold it. For the disaster guides, we have this, and this is an evacuation action, which I'll go over. And this will help you make a plan, will help you write down for everyone, and it has a lot of the steps that you can do. If you want more information, please let us know. Welcome everybody else who has joined. Please don't forget to share this post, to like, and to also complete the survey monkey. This is how the form that I just showed you looked like. It has contact names, it has out of contact name, address, school. This form and this guide is a little page guide, but it has a huge folded options with all the information, but it also includes how you can make your plan. If you would like this guides, please contact us and we can provide it in Spanish, English, and a lot of different languages for you. This one says planning is free and a lot can be done tonight or this weekend. Don't wait for another disaster to happen. Do it now. Start preparing little by little in your time. Start talking to the kids, explaining where the location will be. If there's a fire, how are you going to have an evacuation plan from your house? How are you going to get the pets? How are you going to shelter in place? It's really important that we talk about it and that we practice. A lot of times we have a plan, but we don't practice and we're not sure how to do it. So it's important. Talk about it and practice. This is just a close-up of the alerts. So we already talked about that and the plan. Now we're going to talk a little bit, what is an emergency kit? We think many times that we're going to be at home, but we might not be at home, or we might have to stay home and we can't get out. With COVID-19, a lot of the things were gone from the stores. A lot of the things we couldn't find anymore in our everyday, that we'll find every day in the store, we couldn't find it. It's really important that we have an emergency kit at home. They're saying the survey is not working. Thank you, Alicia, for letting us know. They're going to be helping us right now to get that solved, to make sure that our survey monkey it's working. That way you can complete the survey. Thank you. It is really important that we have different kits. We have a kit at home. We have it by our bed. We have one in the car. Do we have one at work? Do the kids have one? And all this other everyone in the house that can have it ready. We might think, but things are really expensive. Emergency kits are so expensive. You don't have to buy an emergency kit ready. There's a lot of things in the dollar store. There's little band-aids, there's little waters, there is a lot of things that we can put, and I'm going to talk a little bit more what can we include in those emergency kits. But what I want to mention is that it doesn't have to be anything expensive. A lot of the kids out of school now, do you have an old backpack? Do you have a bag that you can use? Do you have a grocery bag that you can put your emergency kit there? Use anything that you have. It doesn't have to be expensive. It's important to be ready. Get safety. So that was point number 3. We said get to safety with things you need. What is it that we need? Consider all the people that you have at home. They live with you. Are they dependent? Are they independent? What are the abilities do they have? Do they need medication? Do they need any specific supplies? Do they need specific dietary needs? Do they need a wheelchair? In the bag itself, some of the things that it's important to have always is food, the water, any band-aids, alcohol in case there is a cut, any of that. We don't want to say specifically what you can have. I'm just giving examples because every family will have a different need according to whoever you have at home. We also, here it says, some kits are just things you already have a home in the car and you're carrying. A go kit is a little bit different. It's the bag that you grab in a hurry and you go. So it's really important that you always have, okay, do we have an emergency kit at home? Do we have enough food if we can't get out? Do we have everything we need at home if we're stuck at home? But also, do we have a grab and go? If anything happens, where's the bag? Don't store it in your garage and somewhere that is not a quick grab and go. Make sure that you have it available and that you have your shoes close by, that you have them there, clothes, any essential items that you need. So in the comments, I would like to hear what are some of the things that you think that you will need at home? What are some of the things that you can think right now? This training, I want to make sure you participate. Thinking of any essential items that you need. Everybody who you have at home that is different. What are some of the things that you can think of that you need for this grab and go bag? So here I am putting some of the examples, but think, what do you need? Do you need a flashlight? Do you need a phone charger? Do you need Cash? Do you need documents? These are some of the go bag pack ahead that we have. Toothpaste, Julixa, thank you for sharing. Toothpaste, that's important. Doing, yes, flashlights. Thank you, Sonia. So some of these things that we need, you have to think, what is essential for me? What do we need in our house? So some of the examples here, snack bars. So here we have some of the examples are documents, copies of the documents. Sometimes we don't have copies of the documents, but medicine, yes, that's really important. Thank you, Cristina. We can also have documents and copies. We can also scan them and have it in your Google Drive. You can also scan everything and have it in a flash drive. Any important documents are important to you. Do you have them ready to go if something happens? If you, for any reason you can't get to them, do you have access to them online? Cash. A lot of times the machines will be down, the power will go down. It's so important to have cash. A map, we rely a lot. I get lost all the time if I don't have my GPS. So I have to have a map, but I need to know how to use it. How am I going to get somewhere if I can't find them, if my GPS is not working for any reason? Medication list, wallet. I mean, there is a lot of things that we have here. So keep in mind all of the things that you might need depending on your needs and in your family. If you need more information of more examples, we can also provide that for you. We have some samples as well. Yesterday, if you watched the video from yesterday, I know it was in Spanish, but I believe we also had one in English before. And it will show and go a little bit more detail what you can pack. Number 4, stay safe at home when you can't leave. So we mentioned this already, but just to go over a little bit here, we have to have water, food, trash bags, and you have to also know that the water, for example, we might say, oh yeah, we have a gallon. You need to save up to 3 gallons per person. So if we only have one, that's not going to be enough. Do we have enough water that won't go bad? Do we have enough trash bags and everything that you would need at home? It's really important that that you keep in mind that you also have everything at home in case you have to stay. Number 5, help friends and neighbors get ready. Many times we, like I said, we're ready. Is your family ready? Maybe they don't live here in California. Maybe, but do you have another family somewhere else? Tell them, are you ready? Do you have a plan? Do you know what to do? Are you prepared? What about your neighbors? Do we have elderly neighbors? Do we have any neighbors with disabilities? Do we have any neighbors with a limited language? Let's share this. This is a community movement and we need to share this information with everyone so they can be prepared. We also can give you more information, a presentation with more information. If you say, you know what, I know everything, but I'm not sure how to make a plan for my family or where to meet, contact us. Let us help you in the process and give you more information. In anything we learn, we have to show our neighbors, we have to show our family and our friends. Now we're going to go really brief into some safety tips on the things that happen here in California. I want to remind you that there is a lot of sites that we shared that are where you can go for alerts and be prepared. And it can give you more information about this. It can also let you know if in your area that's something that occurs. So we're going to talk really quick about earthquake, what to do before. Make sure that all your furniture is secure and tall in the walls. Hang nothing heavy above the bed. Sometimes we have our bed and we have a lot of frames around. We have a fan right on top of the bed. What do you have? Do you have heavy subjects right on top of the bed or the full sofa on the chair? Um, do you it says also get my shake app for earthquake, practice earthquake safety drills. So in the comments I would like to ask everybody who's watching us today, what are the things that you do if there is an earthquake? How do we practice? Can anybody tell me in the comments, what do we do? So I know the chat is a little delayed, so I'll give some minutes for that. So what do you do in case there is an earthquake? What do we do? When I am from Colombia, and when I moved here, they will always tell us in our country, if there's an earthquake, you run outside. You have to run outside. What do we do here? Do we run outside? Anybody knows? They can share. Okay. If you don't know, it's okay. This is why we're doing these trainings. If there is an earthquake, it's really important not to run. Don't just run and, get out of the house or get out from work or wherever you are. It's really important that you drop, cover, and hold. This is why it's really important not to have heavy objects in the bed. If you're in the bed, you go and cover. If you are under the chair, you don't just sit in the chair. If there's anybody that cannot get under the chair, yes, they can sit down. Make sure you cover your head and you hold there until the earthquake happens. If you have a table where you can get to, drop, cover, and hold. Get alert. Learn how to turn off the gas, your electricity, your water. Do you know where they are? Do you know how to turn them off? If you don't know, there's also some videos that we have been posting on what tools to use and how you can learn how to do it. We also have information what to do during. Don't rush outside. Get under a table or a desk. If you're in your bed, don't run to the table. Stay in your bed and cover your head with a pillow and hold. If you are outside for any reason, move away from anything that can fall. If you are driving, pull over the car and stay away from any buildings and objects. And these are for the earthquake. We also have for flood. So I know it has been I think a little bit longer the presentation today, but there is a lot of information that we have today. They told us in the comments that some people are having trouble with the survey, that it doesn't work for some of them. If you have completed the survey before, it might not let you do it again because I think some people are having trouble, but some people are able to do it. If you can please let us know in the comments if you were able to click on the survey monkey and if it opens. If not, can you please let us know in the comments to make sure we get that fixed before we finish. There's also information for flood. There's also information for wildfire, fire, and also power shutdown. I want to show you this guide. I know that we are almost done, but this huge guide that you can see here, you can also receive this guide in English. Here's the English one. I will also like to show you our Spanish guide. And we also have, I know we didn't talk about COVID much today, but we have a guide specifically for COVID-19 in English and Spanish, in Korean, Mandarin, and other languages. And I want to share something that is really important that we have been mentioning. Don't forget about the kids. we have this little book that is a coloring book for kids, and it says Prepare with Pedro, Disaster Preparedness Activity Book. Sometimes maybe we don't know how to share this with our kids. We also have this. And like I said, if there's anybody that needs a presentation that will like assume with their family, more information about specific topics, if you like our guides at the end of the presentation, I will be giving you information on how you can have that. Some of last reminders is carry any identification. It's really important that when families are apart in disaster strikes that they do have it. Sometimes people and pets get separated, so it's really important to know. And carry any ID with you. Number two, make sure you build a support network. Do you have a backup plan in case of an emergency? If you're at home, do you have a backup plan if you're at work? Do you have a backup plan for your kids? Number three, have extra medication and power supply. It's really important that medications, we sometimes we're like, oh, we'll get it later. It's really important that we're always ready. Number four, reduce stress. You might say, well, how can I reduce stress? If you are start preparing from now, if you start getting a bag and you say, you know what, I have some cans that I'm not using, let me put them in my bag. Tomorrow you're like, oh, I found some little box of Band-Aids. Start putting them there. Start getting ready little by little. Like I said, it doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to buy an emergency preparedness kit online. I know they're pricey. You can use what you have, and from any little things that you can have at home from the dollar store. So this is the whole presentation for today. I know there's some questions, and my phone is frozen right now, so I can't see them, but I'm gonna it's restarting right now and I could go ahead and see them. But for more information, please contact us on 909-884-3735. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, on El Sol page, and contact us if you would like some of these guides, if you would like some of these coloring books. Please contact us to our office, to send us an internal message here to our Facebook, and we can get that to you. If you think that this information is great to share with your family, with your coworkers, and you would like to schedule a presentation, if you want us to call any family members, we're also doing phone banking for them to any specific information that they need. And please don't forget to complete your Survey Monkey. This Survey Monkey will help us. This is a campaign from the state, and we have to show them that this is important for the community, that we need more of these campaigns to make sure that we reach our community in a competent and cultural way. If there's any more questions, my phone is, let me see, let me join there. Okay, I think there's no questions. I answered that. Okay. If you, thank you, Gina, for watching. There's others. Isaac, Miguel Angel, Joanna, Raul. Thank you for tuning in. And like I said, please, we would like you to like this post, but not only like, please help us share it in your page as well. There is a bottom little arrow that says shared. Please share this post in your walls as well. There's only so many people that are following us. Invite them to like us as well, but please share it in your wall. That way we can also inform more community. This is a movement, and we want all of our community to stay informed and to be prepared. Thank you, Christina, for joining, and everyone who was able to join us today. Please complete our survey. Monkey, like I said, if you would like any of these beautiful guides, we have the disaster ready guides, the COVID-19 guides, we have the coloring books. We also have these little bags. You can't really see what it says, but it says preparedness document holder that we're giving to community. And we have this beautiful bag. Maybe you're saying, I don't have any bags to start. Well, we have this little bag that you can also get to start preparing your emergency kit. So please contact us, call us to our office, and we can go ahead and provide all this information for you. I don't see any more questions, so thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful night.